Hello and welcome to my stamp studio. Today's video is a demonstration of my Class to Go kit that is linked with the Ornate Thanks bundle from Stampin' Up. And this is it. It's a clear photopolymer stamp set with some nice bold greetings here and some nice little fine line cursive sentiments here, which are fun to just mix and match and make whatever greeting you need for whatever occasion you're sending a card for. And then it also comes with these beautiful border stamps in here. There's two of them that are missing because we're going to be using those today in the demonstration. Okay, so my Class to Go kit is running until April 19th, so you have until Sunday to pick up this kit for free. It includes two of each of these cards and supplies that you would need to make them. So including all the cardstock, pre-cut, pre-scored, the DSP, ribbon, any embellishments, and an envelope to create a total of 4 cards, 2 of each. Okay? For any supplies that are not in your kit or in the bundle that I use today, those I will be offering at a 10% discount. You need to get your order to me and have me place your order for you so that you can get that 10% discount though. So either email me, Facebook, get me a message somehow of what you want. And I will give you the 10% discount on all those, what I'm calling add-on products that I use in addition to what you get from your kit and in your bundle. Okay? If you have any questions about that, as always, feel free to email me. All right? So today I'm going to start with this card, and then I'm going to make this card second. Okay? All right. Here we go. Let's ink it up. So the first card, the supplies that you will receive in your to-go class kit are these supplies here, okay? It's a piece of soft suede cardstock for the base. It is actually cut 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, so I just took it and cut it down the middle, 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of paper, and then I scored it at 5 1/2, okay? So you'll fold on that score line, use a bone folder to give yourself a nice crisp fold. The other supply that you will receive is a piece of Very Vanilla, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to take a little bit of snail, 4 corners of that, and I'm going to go ahead, this is going to be your inside piece, okay? I'm going to attach that, okay? You're also going to receive a strip of Calypso Coral, 2 smaller strips of Very Vanilla, and then you're going to get some of the Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper. This is the side with the gold foil pieces, and I am in love with this paper. It is so much fun. It's very reminiscent of what we had at Celebration Time. For those of you who came to my March classes, we did different techniques with it and changed it up. Today we're going to use blenders and color it in, okay? Very therapeutic in this time of a pandemic, right? So the next thing you need to do is grab those foils, and we are going to color them in. And for the sake of time, I already did so. So here's the smaller piece here. And I colored the flowers in with the pool party. The in-between I colored with the darker Old Olive, and then the leaves I colored with the lighter Old Olive. For some reason, I did the complete opposite on this one. I did the leaves in the darker Old Olive, and I filled in all the little extra gap areas or spaces with the light color. So obviously you can mix and match and do however you want. These flowers are colored with the Pool Party blends. These are with the Daffodil blends, okay? And then I'm going to finish up the Calypso Coral just to show you how to do it. Basically, you just come in here. I'm using the thicker brush tip of our blends. Blends are Stampin' Up's alcohol markers. They dry very fast, and they come in a combo pack of a dark and a light color. So you can buy them individually or you can buy them as the combo pack. They do not require very much pressure. You can see I'm using a very light hand. In fact, that's what you want because you want to keep that nice fine tip point there. You have a brush tip end, and then you also have a fine tip point that you can use either for writing or little smaller areas, okay? Once I have those flowers colored in, I'm going to grab my darker Calypso Coral, and I'm also, again, going to use the bigger brush tip end, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm really going to work the center of this flower and I'm going to make it quite a bit darker. Okay. I don't necessarily color every single petal, and I don't necessarily color the whole petal. Okay. I'm kind of just highlighting some of those little details from the paper. It actually kind of does the work for you with these little gold accent lines on there. Okay. Do the same thing over here. Just color a few of those center petals that are coming out as you work your way around, okay? I already kind of did that with the daisies. You can see there's some darker daffodil and then the lighter daffodil underneath, okay? So there you have that. Each person will get a different piece of paper, so you'll all have kind of a different look with your card, depending on what paper you got. So I'm going to bring my soft suede piece back in here with me. And then there's also going to be a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock that you will run through the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. So if you purchase this as one of those add-on items, you will get 10% off on it. So if you attend my classes, you know that this yellow sticker means that you need to place this through the Big Shot with the blue clear plate, okay? It's one of the new 3D folders, all right? So I've already done that. And before I attach anything, I'm actually going to take my pieces and I'm just going to lay them in here kind of the way I want, because this Calypso Coral piece gets kind of sandwiched between these two, and I want to make sure that it's in the right alignment here, okay? So it looks like it is. I'm going to go ahead and pull away my foil pieces. I'm not going to move that piece. I'm going to grab my multi-purpose glue and just pick up an end of it, okay? And come in here and add just a little bit of my multi-purpose glue here. And then I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to do the same thing over here on the other side. Press it a little bit. Doesn't take long for that glue to adhere. It's very strong. Then this bottom strip, I've already attached 3 dimensionals. That's the back side of this DSP. It's so pretty, isn't it? I always love when we get 2 sides to play with. Go ahead and attach that to the bottom. This top piece, I've done the same thing. I've attached 4 dimensionals in each of the corners. I'm trying to decide, I think I want my flowers down. Go ahead and attach this, centering it side to side and top to bottom, making sure that it's kind of matching up here with your piece, your Coastal Cabana piece here, okay? And so now we need to add our greetings, okay? And that's when you're going to want your 2 little strips of Very Vanilla, okay? We're using the larger So Grateful from the stamp set bundle and also the For Everything, okay? And I'm stamping this in Early Espresso ink. So I'll do my So Grateful here first. Nice because it's perfectly clear photopolymer, so I can see exactly where I'm stamping. Give your paper a chance to pick up the ink. I think a lot of stampers get very excited about it and they want to pick it up too soon. Know that the photopolymer is a little stickier, so sometimes your paper comes up with it. If that happens, all you need to do is just gently tap it like this off of it, okay? All right, we have both of our greetings stamped. I'm going to go ahead, just take my snips, and I'm just going to trim that extra off the side there. Go ahead, turn it over, add a little bit of snail on the back side of that, and go ahead and attach that to my Calypso Coral here to the top of that little window panel there. There's also going to be a piece of crushed curry in your kit, and that's what you're going to layer your For Everything on. So again, I'm just going to trim. And if you want this even just a little more narrow, feel free to take your snips and just cut straight across here like that as well, okay? And then go ahead, I'm going to put a little bit of snail on that. And I'm going to put it down in one of the corners of my crushed curry piece here. And again, take my snips and snip away the extra, okay? Now, on my sample, there is a beautiful ornamental piece of Calypso Coral design that goes across the top of that. So you'll have a piece of Calypso Coral in your kit. You will run it through this framelit here. And I kept this like this to show you that these longer framelits sometimes kind of wibble and wobble as you run it through the Big Shot. So I took a Post-it note and ran it across to be able to hold that framelit in place right to that clear plate as it ran through. And then it won't shift and move on you as it gets through the Big Shot, okay? And then you simply just peel that off. Peel your framelit away and you're left with that. Okay, now I got lucky this time. I really don't have any little pieces I need to work out. They all came out beautifully. You're going to throw that piece away. If you did have some little pieces, you definitely could take your pick a tool brush and go in here and be able to brush some of those little pieces out if you needed to. Okay, but I got lucky that time. So we actually just need 4 segments of this. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to cut straight up. And then I'm going to cut out just a little bit to kind of meet the curve of that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. I'm going to arch and kind of round that a little bit. And then I'm going to cut nice and straight for the rest of it off. Okay? You actually have enough for another little piece here you could use on another project. It would be very cute. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to apply a little bit of multi-purpose glue to the bottom edge of this. I'm going to attach the For Everything there. And you do have a few seconds. You can shift and move that glue if you need to get it perfectly aligned. And now I'm going to attach the mono adhesive to the bottom there on just the crushed curry cardstock, okay? Because I want to lay this in here and I want that Calypso Coral ornamental little design die cut out. I want that to kind of be raised a little bit. I think it shows it off a lot more. You can actually come in here with your fingers a little bit too and pull those forward if you want to, just to give it a little more dimension, okay? Now to finish this card off, we're going to attach some of the gilded gems that come in the Garden Ornate Suite. And I have been, I don't know why, it comes in 3 sizes and I've just enjoyed all of them. So I just have been attaching them 1, 2, 3 in their graduated sizes there. They're raised a little bit more. They have a little bit of a hexagon top so that they're hitting the light and reflecting it just a little bit more than our pearls and rhinestones do. I don't know if you can see those or not, but it's beautiful. And then with the gold on that designer series paper, just beautiful. So, all right, so that's the first card. The second card that would come in this kit, I showed you just a little bit ago. It's this one. We're going to make this one next here. So your kit will come and it will have all the pieces here. You will have a piece of old olive that is cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Go ahead and fold on that score. Give yourself a nice little crease with the bone folder. You'll also get a piece of Whisper White, and it will be 4 by 5 1/4 for an inside piece. Okay. The other piece that you will get is this white piece. You'll also get a black piece and some of the DSP and a couple circles. And you will also get a piece of smaller white and a piece of Flirty Flamingo. Now these will not be run through the folder. However, I did this ahead of time. These are run through, again, the Ornate Floral 3D folder. That would be a 10% additional add-on item if you wanted to purchase that. Or use a embossing folder that you might have at home as well. Okay, those are your pieces. So the first thing I would do is take your white piece and you're going to run it through the framelit, through the Big Shot. And I kind of misspoke the other day. If you listen to my other video, I talked about how this point and this point were where you matched up the edge of your paper. That is indeed not so. It basically just tells you exactly where it's going to cut and where it's not going to cut. It's not necessary that you have to line it up on the edge of your paper, like I had said. So once you run that through the Big Shot, you pull that away, and this is what you are left with. So this piece you will pull away, and that you can throw away. And then you will also end up with these 3 little wispy leaf kind of vine things. Those pop out from over here. And I am just saying, do not throw these away. So I had a bunch of them laying on my desk and decided to create a card and thought I would take this opportunity to share that card with you. I took them and I just put them in a nice little spring like wreath and just threw some Granny Apple Green. This is So Saffron with a little bit of the Flirty Flamingo. I white embossed the thank you on the gray cardstock. And I just thought this made a sweet little spring card. So a little bit of our polka dot tulle ribbon and then a few little pearls that go out. So don't throw your scraps away because you can do a lot with them, okay? Okay, so, but for this project, all we need is this piece. So I'll take that. And then we're going to start building this card, okay? The first thing I'm going to attach is your basic black strip of cardstock here. And I am, of course, using the multi-purpose glue. I'm going to put this over here on the edge, leaving myself, about 1/4 inch around and top and bottom. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some glue right up along this edge, but also I snuck some up in there, okay, in those little folds there. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to lay that one there carefully, and I'm going to attach my pink first. I think I need to attach this first, okay? I gave myself a little cut line here. I don't know why lately I've been doing things at an angle. So for this project, I kind of just angled both the top and bottom of this piece of Flirty Flamingo. And again, just add some multi-purpose glue to it. Give yourself over here about 1/4 inch on the side and the top and bottom. Also, it lets a little more old olive peek out, and that's not a bad thing. We love old olive. Go ahead and attach your white piece here as well. I'm going to sneak it in because all that's going to be hidden there. But I want it to have nice little edges there. And then you're going to use your designer series strip that's going to go there. That's going to be able to cover that up. But first, I do want to attach my beautiful little flower edgelet. I'm going to place it just so it's right at the edge here, but it doesn't go over, okay? Just like that. And now I'm going to take my designer series paper. I don't usually use multi-purpose glue on this. I'm going very light hand on that. But I really want this to stick because it's on multiple layers here, okay? Go ahead and give that a little rub. Make sure it's going to stick, but you're kind of up on some texture here and you're also up on some couple layers here, okay? I'm just a titch crooked, so you have, like I said, a few minutes that you can peel this up, or a few seconds, I guess I should say, not minutes, that I can peel that up and I can straighten that just a little bit more there at the bottom. I think I got it there, okay? The other pieces that will come in your kit are a black 2 1/4 punch out circle, and then also with that same DSP, we punched out 2 1/4 as well. What I did was take the thanks that's from the stamp set and I white embossed it, okay? I did it kind of towards the top, but you can do it wherever you want to on this circle, okay? Then next, to give us just a little bit different character and to sandwich that thanks and make it pop a little bit more, I'm going to take my DSP and I'm kind of eyeballing a little bit how much is on the top and how much is on the bottom to cut this out, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, just kind of eyeball that, and I'm going to come over here with my snips and I'm just going to trim off the piece that I think is about the size of that top there, okay? And that looks pretty good. It's always better to overcut than undercut because you can always trim more off. Same thing here. Going to do that again. Come in here now and cut that strip off. Okay, and then that's going to go on the bottom just to sandwich that thanks and just give it a little bit something different. Okay, now that top piece is pretty small. And just so a dimensional or something doesn't stick out, I'm going to use the small little mini dimensionals. Okay. And I think this makes all the difference with this project too, or with this little technique here, to have that pop up. It really has that thanks then even stand out even more that it's the designer paper is popping up. regular dimensionals on the bottom piece here. And then go ahead and that down on the bottom, okay? And you have that there. And then a couple more dimensionals, top, bottom, on the back side of the circle there. And then let's pull our card back in, and this is going to set over here on the side. Now one more thing, two more things actually, just to kind of create a little finished touch to it. I have some of the old olive ribbon that's from this suite. I'm going to attach a glue dot right there to it. And I'm actually going to stick it just sideways over here. You're welcome to put it wherever you want, but I just kind of liked it sideways over there, like that. All right, and then let's finish up with some more of our gilded gems. Again, going to use all three sizes, small, put a medium, and then maybe put a small one in there. Okay, so there you have that card. All right, super sweet. So again, this was the Ornate Thanks Class to Go kit that you would receive supplies to create 2 of each of these cards with the purchase of the Ornate Thanks bundle. Okay, if you have any questions for me, please see my links on Facebook or an email or that kind of thing. Get a hold of me with any questions you have. I'm here for you. So thank you for joining me today. Have a good day.